UCLA team, at least now, their defense is going to have to generate a lot of offense as Bilodeau gets the easy deuce. Everything the Idaho State scouting report is they really crashed the offensive board. This isn't a bad team, guy. They took USC to the wire. They took Arizona State to the wire.
Ryan Looney, the head coach, they front-loaded their schedule with bye games this year pre-done. They out-rebounded those three teams you mentioned, Eric Daly with the basket.
But Mick Cronin played matchup zone in Cincinnati, so I'm pretty sure he's got the counters for whatever this matchup zone looks like for Idaho State.
Latest technology back denied at the rim, and here comes Sky Clark up ahead to Kobe Johnson. And that alley-oop attempt gets broken up, and then a foul on Kobe Johnson on that loose ball. Jake O'Neal getting crowded. An open look for Griffin, and he hits.
Patriot Power Generator 2000X.
Not different here the last two. That's why they've had such big blowouts.
There's Daly showing off the skill set.
This is about
I like Daly. Does a lot.
There's Bilodeau.
It's become the one staple of the UCLA offense. Bilodeau in that mid-post area, stepping off the block so he doesn't have to back up, saying, look, this kid wants to drive and either score or get fouled, and they just started backing off last year.
He's a good free throw shooter.
Really good.
Makes both. He's 85% on the season. Another open look for Isaiah Griffin, and that's his second three of the night. Max can't answer, but Daly's there.
Talking about with Daly, just seems to find the ball in the right place.
Three-point arc.
That's what I'm saying. Why I've said a couple times, it just looks different. Like this UCLA defense is just swarming, and then right on cue they get a layup.
Here comes Griffin again, charging towards the rim, and he draws the foul on Bilodeau. That's his first and the second team foul. So after Andrews had been dealing with a groin issue, he didn't play in the previous.
No, I think working his way back. I don't know. We don't know if he's on a minutes team. They have a lot of depth at the guard position, and I think minutes are still being earned this early in the season. And so it's not a Gibbard deflection, charges taken, steals.
Griffin, oh, he is feeling it. His third three of the night. There's Bilodeau looking aggressive. Gets it back from Andrews, and he swishes the three. Griffin gives it up to Blake Daberco, and that's out of bounds to UCLA.
Guy's already got 12 points. He shouldn't even have any airspace to get it off.
Foul on Daberco, his first 13.
Turnovers, steals, and getting it down the other way.
To beat the clock, and it's banked in by Daly. UCLA run. William Kyle appearing in the game for the first time tonight for UCLA, and Mac draws the.
I know it's a small sample size. We're like 4 or 5 games in.
But on that list in your day,
not the steals for sure. You had to play defense to get steals.
Darling gets it to go, and he's fouled. What a tough shot.
It's over the top without fouling.
Darling had 20 points.
You communicate and you just keep switching everything. Guys come through your area, you switch it, hand them off to another guy.
That is blocked by Darling out of bounds with 6 on the shot.
Offensively, you start doing some screen-to-screener action, but you got to have a lot of movement and make them miscommunicate.
And like that for the dunk. Nice inbound from Sky.
Doing a nice job pinching on Bilodeau down there, fronting him, and then the backside guy taking him out.
But Bilodeau gets free for a three.
It's only a matter of time. He's too
Lehigh. When they went 3 of 13.
Didn't need a lot of threes against Lehigh, it turns out.
It's true. And there's a foul underneath on Evan Otten.
You're going to foul. You have to be intent in dominating this game, but it's just building habits defensively. You want to play the same he did. He's kept this game relatively close.
He finds the stroke on that. Idaho State team out of the Big Sky that's been tested this year and has played well.
We started the show tonight talking about contrasting styles. Idaho State wants to keep this.
Perry misses that, and it's chased down and saved by Idaho State, and a fresh shot clock to the limit.
Like to see Perry step back behind the line on that last team. Isn't real big, but very good on the offensive board.
Chased down and saved by Idaho State. Tough shot, bothered and missed.
A couple times tonight, and they haven't turned it over. UCLA knew that coming in. This Idaho State team isn't real big.
Here's Matt.
But really good on the offensive board. Up the UCLA ball pressure, make them foul and get to the foul line.
UCLA, after missing the last 2 games, didn't start. Now a blocking foul on O'Neal. And the rest of his 2 fouls as well for the Bruins.
Because of the offensive rebounding, Idaho, and you're down.
5 on the shot clock.
Because they ain't missing at the foul line.
Daberco over 100 on their front rim.
Right.
And that's out of bounds.
That's a perfect possession. In any league, shoot 89 individually.
One of our officials, Randy Richardson. He's telling me how great the environment for the Maryland Marquette. He's telling me how great the environment for the Maryland Marquette game the other night was. Jackson knocked away for a moment by Perry, and the scramble creates a look for Bergen, and he hits the three. I have to correct one thing. I gave you
unlucky for you.
Well, speaking of, Sebastian Mack 7-7. Open looks for Daly, and he's got it. His second of the game. He's perfect. Here comes Trent Perry.
UCLA.
4 threes and 13. He'll fire. And he's fouled on the 3 by Quentin Meza. And Perry. Play callers everywhere. The Badgers. Dana Holderson's coverage pick of the night, first points of the night for Trent Perry.
I think an important 339. Find a way to keep this at 10 or less, and gives themselves.
Giving some changes. We'll see who's calling plays at Wisconsin this weekend. Step back move. First points of the night for Trent Perry. That goes out of bounds. Out of the hands of Jaden.
I think it's a good sign that he had those 16 points the other night. He could be a factor for this UCLA team.
Perry called for the offensive foul, his first.
Rebound, I don't even think he left his feet, but just went right over the top of everybody.
And then he steps in and takes a charge.
Impact the game. Shot blockers, that's where Mars struggles. When he gets in traffic, his base isn't strong enough yet to hold his ground, so he gets knocked off in the paint. Something to get better and evolve without obviously that big guy that's down in Memphis, but ran into a tough Marquette team last night.
I'll finish from Connor.
Got into it a little more. They got to feel pretty good going into halftime.
Last night there was some wipeout.
Mack attacks and gets fouled. They go back to the line where he's been very.
I've never understood that. There's guys that draw fouls all the time, and they're like a 60% attack, try and play through contact to get to the foul line, but they're not very good foul shooting. Rebound.
The shot clock was late to reset, or it did not hit the rim. Shot clock violation.
Never made any sense to me. But Max the opposite.
And cannot get it to go. 1 second, and that is strong from Jaden Brown. But a strong first.
There shouldn't have been any hesitation from Bilodeau, though. You just made one. The defender gave you the space. Knock it down.
Hollenbeck does that. Mack, aggressive, and he draws the foul, but he's in a with 3. Mack makes a 10 of 10 at the free throw line.
A lot of treatment tomorrow on that, I'm sure.
Here's Daly, looking to create, spins back and swishes.
Well, at his size, he can and big.
It's his second kind of off the dribble turnaround jumper of the night too. Nice attack from. He said, "Well, it's hard to tell. You know, all these games we're playing these big time teams on the road." Griffin, that's his first bucket since midway point of the.
See, when Bilodeau gets that deep, he's easy to double.
Ball moving on that possession, and it results in Bilodeau's 3rd 3. Quentin Meza trying to get away from Dylan Andrews. 1 on the shot clock and a jump ball, and UCLA will take it on. Bilodeau's asking for it because he's got a mismatch underneath
See, now he's the other guy on the high-low.
Kyle gives it to him, and Bilodeau has 15.
I like that action with those two.
4 rebounds in this game for Bilodeau. He wants it again. He cuts it loose, and he hits another 3.
I'm telling you, he gets 1, maybe it's 2 to get you back on track. Most of the time, it's just 1, and he hit his first one, and he's made the next 3.
A foul. Get hot. He's gotten some looks today. Just can't get it to go, and even that's an indication.
Teams. But you wonder the way they play when you get down 20 plus.
Here's Trent Perry. And there is a 3 for Dylan Andrews. He gets it on the action. Bilodeau asking for
nice,
it.
I like that.
And here's Perry. And he connects.
Bilodeau could have easily shot that foul line. The youngest guy on the team. How are you going to walk? Yeah, walk in the locker room and start telling everybody what's what?
Nice basket there from
this guard depth, and I've been talking about it all night of UCLA. Like, you wondered if Trent Perry was going to get an opportunity as a freshman.
In a dogfight under the basket for that rebound. That foul and goes to the line.
Lobs, sometimes you get fouled, but not really. It'll be that, getting offensive rebounds.
And trying to get away from Trent Perry for a moment. And he does. And he hits the 3. His first of the night.
UCLA.
Daly, no. And Stefanovic gets held on the loose ball by A.J. Bergen for Daly. Perry passed up the 3 and drives it all the way in.
UCLA now stringing together some stuff. Stefanovic guy, he played the most minutes on the team last year. He's not, when Dylan Andrews is healthy, he's not even starting. And still has a great attitude. And you look at the box score, you're like, okay, yeah, that looks right.
They've given up, what, 19 points in the second half. Darling may be getting going, but 2.
Get 5 in there that will.
And a turnover for Idaho State. We saw him a little bit. He has some very prolific shooting numbers in his background. Here's Mack attacking, and again, he'll go to the line where he's 10 of 10 tonight.
Tuesday, and then things start to get real. 10 more free throws in this game, I'm leaving.
All right, something to watch for.
Yeah. Guy Haberman finishing the game by himself.
Dylan Darling has flipped the switch. Jaden Brown, and he cans that jumper.
Again, you don't double strong side. Kobe is Tommy Lloyd in Arizona. I believe they do it at Gonzaga too, where Tommy Lloyd came from.
And how do they get away with it? And Mack is at the line. Okay. 13 of 14. Half for Idaho State. There's Andrews too short. And down to the ground with it, but out of bounds when he was.
You're trying to establish who you're going to be. You do it in practice, you do it every game, and this has gotten away from him a little bit here.
Griffin can't convert, but he's fouled by Sky Clark.
And on the other side, again, if that three-point percentage can catch up, we know they're incorporating this many new players. But it's taken some time. The coaching staff, this isn't like they're not putting them in the right spots. They're not right. Was the minute they blew this game open.
Well, you just saw that shot of the bench, a lane. Trent Perry, a true freshman. Cal can't. Here's a 3 off the mark. And an offensive rebound. 9th of the night for Idaho State. And it's there with 16 in this game. But Stefanovic is yet to score. He gives it to Bilodeau, who now has 20.
He gets deep who they're playing, but that's the thing. UCLA does have some flexibility in the sense that you could play Bilodeau at the 5 and be to that mid post, give himself some space, and then operate.
But new matchup for UCLA will be at Nebraska, and he gets it into Clark. And Mack goes all the way to the rim and scores.
Break.
And it comes to Brown in the corner. Back to Bergen, and he converts. His out their last two opponents. I mean, they've made twice as many trips to Southern California as they've played home games, Idaho State, this year.
Hopefully you're getting better, playing a higher level of competition than what you're...
Pauly, and you get a shot at the UCLA Bruins. Jaden Brown hits a three.
Guys that are more athletic and probably a little more skilled. Doesn't mean these big guys.
20 points tonight and 15 free throws.